I'm asked all the time when we should close our silent auction. It's a great question, but a better question to ask is how do we protect those last 5 minutes of bidding activity before a silent auction closes? Hey, Danny Dada Rosa. As a benefit auctioneer, I help nonprofit leaders crush their annual galas. Now let's get into when to close a silent auction. When to close a silent auction has less to do about before or after a program and more just making sure you're protecting those 5 minutes because they are placing final bids. They are checking their max bids. They are, in their bidding wars. They're excited. They want to win these packages. They're bidding next to their friend who's also bidding on a package. I mean, they need these 5 minutes just to make sure they can maximize their bids and get the packages that they want. Now, either before or after the program could work. I prefer before the program. I used to always say we could do it at the end of the program because we have mobile bidding and they're on their phones anyway. Let's have them bid on packages. So many people can't even, bid on the live auction packages. Let's let them bid on their phone. We'll close it at the end. It'll be great. But now I don't really think that anymore. Now I think silent auctions, when they close before a program, it puts a good punctuation mark on the fundraising there. And then we can move into the live auction and the paddle raiser. I think sometimes when the silent auction is left open and is lingering, I'm not positive how much that actually affects your live auction or paddle raiser. I mean, that's one of the main arguments, that if they don't know what they won in the silent auction, they can't decide what they're going to donate or bid in the live portion. I don't know how much that really affects the live portion. I'm sure it does a little bit. In a lot of cases, though, I think your donors who are really focused on their silent auction winnings might not be large donors in the paddle raiser anyway. So that's not the reason why I don't like to leave a silent auction open. I just think that it's better for the guest experience that you finished this one part of the fundraising and you're moving on to the next. It's just clearer and easier for guests to keep up with. But in general, it doesn't really matter if you open it before or after. You just want to follow some of the best practices. The best practices here are to be exact with the closing time. So you don't want to say that the silent auction is going to close in 30 minutes. You want to say the silent auction is closing at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time. You want to be extremely exact, especially if you have any remote bidders. You want to make sure you text them this exact time. We want everybody to be on the same page. Now, being on the same page is really just important in general leading up to these last 5 minutes. So if you can make a verbal 10-minute warning, a verbal 5-minute warning, if we could do that via text message, if we have a countdown timer that your mobile bidding app allows you to put on, that's another thing that can help close out a silent auction and make sure those last 5 minutes are really lucrative. They have all their attention on it. When I used to run these mobile bidding teams, we would literally sit there and refresh the silent auction in the last 5 minutes. And we'd see it going up hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, depending on the event. And it was really exciting to see just all that money come in at the last minute. So that's the idea here. How do we protect those last 5 minutes, and how do we draw all attention toward the silent auction in those last 5 minutes? So whether you decide to close it before or after, just make sure you are bringing a lot of attention verbally through text messages, maybe on the screen if you can have a countdown timer on the screen, all the different ways that you can point everybody toward, hey, this is your last 5 minutes on the silent auction. That is going to make you as much money as possible. And also your guests are really going to appreciate it, that they can relax and enjoy your event, and they will know, without any doubt that the silent auction is closing. Now, one big mistake that I want to mention that I've seen so many times is don't extend your silent auction after you've decided you're closing it. So many times I've seen a silent auction is about to close in 10 minutes and a nonprofit leader's like, well, there's a few people not in the room yet. Some people showed up late. Let's give them 10 more minutes to bid on this. Or we still have some packages that I'd like to see get some more activity. Let's extend this silent auction. Whatever the excuse or the reason is, it's very tempting to want to extend a silent auction, but don't do it. Your donors get really frustrated. Some of them won't care at all, but some of them that are actually actively bidding and trying to win and are really engaged, they're going to get really frustrated if all of a sudden it is just the time is arbitrarily changed. So I wouldn't do it. Of course, it's not this massive way to erode trust, but it's a small way, and I wouldn't say it's worth it. To recap here, this is all about the last 5 minutes. So whether you close it before or after a program, just make sure that those last 5 minutes, they can have undivided attention towards bidding, and you have used everything in your power to point everybody toward this time of the evening where we are finalizing our silent auction bids. This video was short and sweet, but if it has been helpful, we have a ton more silent auction videos to help support your silent auction and all the decisions you need to make. We're going to link those below. And as always, we hope this is your most profitable gala yet.